Thank you so much to everybody, AJ. Hey, man, AJ had to have, tomorrow he'll be on air again, maybe, if he wants.
Yeah, in the morning,
for sure. He could have had an afternoon cameo.
He's smiling at that.
Okay, he likes it, he likes it. He wants to review it, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, okay, well, thanks, AJ, again today. Thanks, Ramin, Fabian's over there. Thanks, Prad, midday show with Max and Obi and everything. Thanks, obviously, to Neil. Thanks to everybody for watching. Bears versus Bulls. What a bang-up day again on the moderation, so thank you for that as well. Good luck to all the Siri longs, as we'll throw you over. Join us tomorrow at 8:30. We're talking all about this all over again. So from everybody here at Trader TV Live, thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Over to Prad. Ciao.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the after party with some earnings movers. Last night we had some fun watching Tesla. Ooh, okay, you know what? Let's dive right into it. COF might be out. It was supposed to come out at 4:05. We were getting a little bit of a pop in the after hours. No, I don't see a lot of volume coming into the stock. It is dropping down, though. Another financial bank stock today. Goldman Sachs was one of them, which came out with a little bit of negative earnings, but actually rallied to the north side. But COF over here expected to go down about 3.8% or pop up about 3.8%. That equates to a move down to $110. Or a move up to $120. So let's see if that one plays out, as the stock just now looks like it pinged 114. Still don't see the numbers, the volume really spiking up in this stock. So don't think the move is in here just yet, or the numbers are out just yet. So we'll let this one play around a little bit. But as after having my good day that I did, I went to the sauna, and I missed out all the fun over here that everyone was having on Siri. Siri with the monster move after hours, taking out the $8 area, but sadly dipping back under 8 now in the after hours. Light volume in the post market session over here as expected. But yeah, let's. Oh, okay, a little bit more drop coming into Siri in the after hours over here. Waiting to see where this stock can go. I think tomorrow, obviously, we can have a lot of fun with this one based on some of the levels that are being formed at the moment. And I was wondering, what is the news catalyst behind it? Didn't find any news catalyst. Oh, what is this? Multiple halts Thursday afternoon, jumping in on no available news. Yeah, see right there, even this catalyst saying on no available news, blah, 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 blah. But I did find something else where more, can I click on that one and click on right here? So a bunch of statistics about how much percentage the stock is up or down based on different price points and different time periods. So a lot of craziness going on in the stock, obviously. Currently has been having 7 straight up days in the past 8 days. Currently up 2 consecutive days, 12.63% over the last few days over here. Stock has been, obviously, for lack of a better word, mooning, ripping, use all those fun words that people like to use, and coming into a new 52-week high, actually. Previous 52-week high around $6-7, now around $8. Let's see if there's more extension to this move coming in. Siri at the moment trying to hold at today's levels. Looks like COF might actually be out a little bit. We did see the stock making a descent to the downside before the numbers came out, but here's the move now. A little bit of an increase in volume also. Sadly, the stock, on an average time scale, probably doesn't do too much volume. Let's go see what it is on the average time over here for COF. Does, on a 10-day average, 2.4 million shares. So it's like, okay, not the greatest, but it's not that bad either. We can find some possible trades on a stock like this. Tomorrow we could get some elevated volume coming in. It sucks to see that another bank stock today, though, is coming out in the other direction. Because most part we've seen banks been good. BAC, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley. You can even talk about WAL, and look at how PACW is recovering and holding above 9 and trading above 9. So all these things are looking good for us for the future. But today, 2 banks kind of missing overall. People in the chat, bro keeps getting better looking. Stop it. Going to these messages over here in the chat. Chat's obviously having a lot of fun trolling me. Not too many stocks announcing earnings for the rest of the week, sadly. We have COF tonight, which we're looking at the moment. We also have a couple other positions and stocks that are not really that famous out there in the market. So unless they give us a big move for us to take a look at, I might not really have it on my radar to trade. We also have American Express tomorrow morning, along with Schlumberger, SLB. SLB in the morning, 7 o'clock, I think, SLB. American Express also sometime in the morning. So these positions will keep on watch without doubt. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, I think tomorrow will just be a continuation play, or well, not continuation play, but looking for continuation or other setups on stocks that were in play today. Mostly your Teslas, your Netflixes, your J&Js, and so on. So it's going to be a lot of fun probably looking for trades on that. We'll look for levels, obviously, and do keep in mind TTS is active, and I think we're going to keep working on getting that TTS better. So feel free to, you know, troll me using TTS if you want to. J&J is what I want to talk about. Obviously, you guys probably expected this one coming without doubt. J&J, this stock has been monstrous today, coming out with earnings report, popping up, going up. I mean, what was the percentage the stock ended up in? 6%. Pretty insane, right? Look at the volume spike over there too. Let's actually look at you know, previous earnings moves too, to see if the stock had a previous earning move, to see if the stock had a pretty monster behind it, but not really seeing too much over there. It might be a little quiet, but that's fine. As long as the chat can hear it, we're all yeah, it's on the floor. Yeah, as long as the stream can hear it, we're chilling. Where is this? What am I talking about? About J&J. This area, you know, I expected the stock to show us resistance in this area. The fact that, you know, we were able to burst through this, keep running up, I was pretty surprised. So I got back in on that breakout and to the run up to the north side over here. The question is, where does the stock go next? Do we see any resistance levels coming up in the future? I think, you know, 170 is not that far out. We got to 169.14 today. I was expecting 170 at one point. The stock didn't give it to me, so I got out. I got stopped out actually before that 169 even happened. So I think there is a retest also possible around this 167 areas. That's where I got out. A possible retest of 167.30 or 167 in general. Even 166 a retest could come into play, allowing you to look for some dip buys in that zone and then have the stock run back up to the north side. I'm expecting this box that I've drawn out, once again, for those interested in the price of that box right here. This box that I'm looking at, the high of this candle to the high of this candle, I'm expecting buyers to show up in that ranges, show some support, show some demand for the stock after this new earnings report, and have it run up. The stock has got beaten down quite a bit ever since, you know, the COVID situation. Their drug getting pulled off by the market with blood clots and everything happening. So obviously now with the new catalyst, good catalyst, a positive catalyst, we're expecting more moves to the high side over here. J&J is a 50-year dividend aristocrat, says TH. You actually put a stock in there that I was looking to trade today, BOW at SNW, and yeah, it's on the watch list, IBM. And we'll talk about that in a bit. I want to look at the stock in the chat that BOW you keep talking about too, ISRG. Is this moving in the after hours by any chance? Looks like it is. ISRG is dropping. This is another earnings play too. ISRG sadly doesn't do too much volume, I believe. It's a high price stock. I'm expecting the spread to be nasty. That's why it's not on my radar. But yeah, it is dropping. The earnings plays are coming out, ladies and gentlemen. And looks like, what did I tell you yesterday, right? Tesla and Netflix kind of says goodnight, Ramin. Sets the tone over here for the overall market. I thought she was talking to me. To the overall market where you kind of have the idea now what might happen. So you're watching other stocks go in the same direction. ISRG joining the basket to the negative side, not able to help the NASDAQ market stay above the 16K on the futures. So it is what it is. ISRG, down we go. Bye-bye. Let's go take a look at what ISRG's implied volatility move is. ISRG's implied volatility move, I'm expecting it to be not in the high percentile numbers, but obviously quite a bit of a move to the downside coming in. The numbers over here are 4%. That's actually not bad. So they're expecting a drop down to 333 or a pop up to 361. We already got that drop down to 333 and even more extension past 333. The stock is clearly giving up the ghost over here. Goodbye. Bye-bye goes ISRG, ladies and gentlemen. Coming back to our watch list, why don't we go through some of the trades that happened today on earnings, such as Tesla. Tesla almost got down to $260, ladies and gentlemen. You guys saw me take that 270 short. Notice how I can't even see 270 on the chart here. That's how far away 270 was. So right here, that 270 short was monstrous. Stock never really came back. We went as low as 261. Prad, get better, be better, do better. But hey, no complaints. We had fun with that position today. Hopefully you guys did too on the downside. But here, let's do something on this stock now. Let's throw in an anchored VWAP off the earnings high. Let's throw in the anchored VWAP over there. Where's my anchored VWAP? I can't see it. Edit. Okay, it's supposed to. Don't see the line over here. Not sure why. Maybe if we go to a smaller time frame, we might see some purple line somewhere. No, don't see the purple line anywhere. Oh, there it is. So anchored VWAP right now, if you're putting it off the high of yesterday / earnings day, which is today, putting it off the high, they're expecting, sellers to show up at $280. I don't deny it, but that's a little steep. For Tesla to recover the whole move that we made today would be a little steep in my opinion. Maybe not happening in one day, but it could happen over a span of 2 days, right? Keep in mind also SSR did manage to trigger the, Tesla also managed to trigger the SSR mechanic, which means the stock tomorrow, which will be harder to short. The bids cannot be entered into a new short position by taking out the bids. The short, cannot enter into a new short position by taking out the bids. They have to wait on the ask for the stock to go higher. So I'm bullish on Tesla, especially if we're anywhere near 260. If we show a break of 260 and get back above it, I'm looking for longs. Pre-market holding today's low also, that's a pretty good indication. I'm looking for that level to come into play too. Tesla looks good, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, the catalyst was a little bit mixed / negative. Their worst ever operating margin lows, so that's not the best. That's that's not the best numbers for them to come out. And what do you expect though? They are having to cut their prices every single day, and you expect their margins to not be on the plus side, right? So that doesn't really work out like that. Overall, I will not be surprised if Tesla pops tomorrow, but I will be surprised if 280 comes into play tomorrow. I'll be very surprised if 280 comes into play tomorrow. Let's go take a look at the chat. If the chat's pointing out any stocks that we're coming into. Chat's also saying, how is that allowed? Seems like handicapping the shorts. I agree. It feels like handicapping the shorts. But the idea is they don't want to let the market or market or a certain stock to really crumble and break down much faster than people have a chance to exit. They want to give the chance for longs because most people in the market are long. Statistically, most people in the market are long. They want to give a chance for the people to exit on the exits on the downside. At least that's what I believe is the reasoning for it. That's what people have told me when I've asked the same question because hey, I like shorting stocks, and when I get blocked on shorting like that, I get annoyed too. So I'm with you. But it's not like it's not like you get blocked, like it's not like the AMC GME period. It's just you have to wait for the stock to go higher to go short. So you're not blocked, you can still short it, but you can't do it the normal way that you can on all positions across the board. It's that simple. People in the chat talking about Coinbase getting down to $100. I did not know that. Coinbase down to $100 today. Looks like tomorrow we have a level without fail to watch out. If Coinbase breaks that 100, hopefully not in pre-market, I'm going to take a look at it. People in the chat saying American Express up after close. Yeah, slightly actually up after close, but not doing too much. The earnings come out tomorrow morning. American Express earnings come out tomorrow morning along with SLB. And yeah, don't expect them to move too much. Even if they do move, don't expect too much volume. Look at the volume. Only 104 shares traded, and it popped above about $1 or $2. So the liquidity is going to be trash. The range is going to be bad. So be careful if you are thinking about trading this position right now in the after hours. Not the right time to be trading it. Tomorrow pre-market, if you want to trade it in the after hour markets, tomorrow pre-market, in the post-market sessions, I mean, tomorrow pre-market, you'll be able to maybe get some trades off of it as the stock comes out with earnings. Let's go check exactly what date comes out with, what time comes out with the earnings at American Express 7 a.m., SLB 650. So we have a couple other stocks over here too for those of you interested. Let's go back real quick to ISRG. Reported 142, estimated 132. We don't have the revenue in numbers yet. With a surprise over 7.6% surprise. We don't see the guidance just yet. COF numbers. So look at COF actually coming in with a beat. COF was a 6.3% surprise on the reported earnings per share. We don't know what the revenue is yet for this one. We'll have to wait for those numbers to update. But overall, COF actually started off with a negative move, ladies and gentlemen, and is still continuing with the negative move. No save for these guys. Rivian up 4%. Why? Good question. I actually shorted Rivian today. I had fun shorting this stock. Where does that line come from? Oh, I guess that was the line that I was talking about earlier. No, I mean, I'll show you the chart that I actually have the lines on. Rivian, 1 year, bang. So these are the highs I was talking about, this 2660 up to here, 2580. So looking for shorts around these areas, and yesterday's high was 2603. Today's high, 2614, giving you a nice little short. Look how the stock managed to get right back below the 2581 area, 2580 area in general. So why is Rivian up 4% was the question. It's also on our watch list to talk about it. But, I don't know why Rivian's up 4%. Rivian just deciding to be Rivian and move around. It should technically be following Tesla and dumping off like all EV stocks I think did today. Let's go check if that is correct. Lucid sold off. NIO sold off. XPEV sold off. No, XPEV positive, okay. Li Auto also positive on the day. So there's a little bit of a divergence there coming in. But Rivian obviously marching to the beat of its own drum. I guess people or the market in general really like the fact that Rivian came out with a 50% beat on delivery numbers compared to the estimates that is. So the market loved it. They pushed it up. Now, you could be bearish like I am and look for shorts in these areas, or you can also look for longs in these areas too. Look for the breakout of this 26 maybe, for another attempt for a run to this 2650 and then move higher, much higher than 26. That is a possible trade that could set up for us. We could also look out for going to the 1 year chart here. The stock could easily go back into these lows, or even these lows. There's a lot of levels over here to the north side. The stock could walk into resistances or walk into and give you a breakout. Sadly, I'm not a fan when I see too many levels like these because that just means all of these levels could just come into play as a resistance randomly through the day. Rivian, I believe, is a high short float also. I believe it's higher than 16%. Why am I even on this website? I should be over here. Let's refresh this page real quick. RIVN. Yeah, 10 to 16% as I remember. So expecting this to still sell off, still have that move to the north side if the short squeeze happens. But I'm mainly looking for shorts off of these areas. Mainly looking for shorts off of this 26 to 2650 area, okay? Let's go take a look at UPST. UPST had a monster move yesterday. We were long off that monster move. That 55 hold, 55 area comes in from these highs over here, these double top highs. After the stock gaps down, pops up. We took that long off that 55. We had fun. Today, we actually wanted to go long off that 55, but instead, where is the 55? Here's 55 right here. So we wanted to go long off the 55, but instead we stayed away from it. And then we thought about shorts. So we got some shorts. We scalped it. It was good. Later on in the day, it hurt, and then we got back in at a different price where it worked out too. I'll actually say I got lucky with those shorts, honestly, because that trade could have easily gone sour. The stock is kind of looking like it wants wants to go back to the downside, doesn't want to give you that, you know, that gap fill trade setup that we're talking about on the longer time frame. So don't really like how you know, we got back closer to 15, and at least we closed above 55. Sorry, 15. At least we got closer to 55, and we're trading above 55 at the moment. But did not like the fact that we got back below 55. So for those of you who are swinging this stock based on my call out of taking that 55 breakout, having the run up to 76, you might want to be a little careful here, right? You might want to be a little careful. It is a good indication that the stock did close above 55, but it's not good that we actually pushed all the way back down there and tested those lows. We should have, you know, in my opinion, after having the run up to $60, closed closer to 60 yesterday and probably found support at 58 or so. But we closed at 58.60, and today opening in that same area, pushing much lower to the downside. Not looking good over here. Why is Amazon going in the after hours saying chat? Is it? I mean, I wouldn't say it's going. It's not going anywhere. It just popped like a little bit. It was a 50-cent pop in the after hours. Amazon's not going anywhere, my friend. Good attempt on making me look at Amazon over here. Not on my watch list. The next stock on the watch list over here, Carvana. Boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, what is going on with Carvana here? If you remember the range we were talking about that we were interested in Carvana, we actually pulled all the way back down to this low, broke that low by a little bit and popped back up. There's a gap fill to be played over here on Carvana if you're interested in shorting this position now, right? Previous highs over here, taking out those highs and gapping up to the north side. Insane move after announcing some deal that they had for their debt financing. Today, reversing that whole move, sadly turning red, triggering SSR. Moving to this 46 area. I think this 46 area is going to hold up and push to the north side for our bad boy on Carvana. But if this 46 area doesn't hold, then we got a nice little gap fill trade coming down to $42. So watch out for this one to come in. Pratt, it's making me money. That's what it's doing, says Saad. I'm guessing you're talking about Amazon. Amazing. I love it. Love it. I love to see chat making money. That's the point of this show. That's the point of the morning show. That's the point of every single show that we do over here on Trader TV Live. Make that cash, chat. Make that cash. Carvana, though, coming back over here. Possible dip trade coming in to buy around 42s or even buy around 37.50s, $35 if that comes into play if you're interested in it. But the gap close trade is something that I'm looking for going forward over here on our friends on Carvana. Let's go to my favorite person in this office.
Hola, like and subscribe today.
She just turned around and just screamed good. But Carvana, monster move over here to the downside. It is absolutely insane. So tomorrow, look for supports to maybe come in. I mean, the stock trigger SSR, right? Obvious SSR being triggered could give you good longs, but if SSR triggering did not matter and there's still legitimate selling, because the only people who can smash the bids tomorrow are the people who are long. If there's legitimate selling from actual longs who are fearful of the stock going back down to their average price so they want to take profits, you want to walk away from that trade for a little while, because you don't walk away from legitimate selling, right? I mean, you don't try to fight legitimate selling. You gotta walk away trying to fight that long over there. Maybe go short, but it'll be harder to get short. It will be a little bit harder to get short because the stock is just plummeting to the ground side. You can't just get short by taking out the liquidity on the bids. You have to wait for the stock to make a pop and then get short, right? So you have to kind of fight this level over here tomorrow. Maybe you get a little cute with it tomorrow too, right? So Carvana, something to watch out for. The next stock over here, what did I just type in? The next stock over here, DFS. DFS, Discover Financial Service, usually does no volume, but today a lot of volume, elevated volume coming in, dropping to the downside, 16% move down today. Insane move overall. If you look at it on the daily chart, I mean, look at where the stock was and look at where we're going to now, right? We were almost at all-time high areas, not that far out. Look at that move over here, yuck. So not that far away from all-time highs. Sadly, we are now giving up the ghost for this position. Previously was in a trend. Let's zoom out. I like this area. I mean, we previously found supply or demand, sorry, in this zone. Brad, why are you struggling? Put that line there. There we go. So previously found some support over here in this area. We can also look at somewhere in these bottoms over here, kind of like these tops. Bang. So, oh, that happened to be today's bottom too. I like that, 102. So looking at, this bottom, this top, couple highs over here in the middle of the ranges coming in, couple lows also coming in the middle of the ranges. So looking at this 102.26 area to see if the stock can hold up and this and bounce off here. Also same idea as Carvana, the SSR level coming in this area could give you some longs off of it. If there's volume in the stock and gives you a short off of this to the downside, expect room down to break that 100, push down to maybe 90, even 88, and show you some buying around $88 to $90 or not. That's what you want to watch out for on DFS. A nice little pump on volume on this bad boy. How is Intel holding up? It burns 20 million cash per year. How am I holding up? I burn more than that in a day. Intel, Intel has a lot of good catalysts going in the future. And the market's not about what is happening now. Yeah, the earnings plays matter so much because they're telling you what's happening in the past and how the numbers sold or how the company made money in the past and so on. But the reason why we look at that is to get an idea as to how they could do in the future, right? Guidance. So earnings are important for that reason. The market's very important. The future is very important for the market. So Intel might be doing bad at the moment right now, but their future, their guidance, it's much better because they're thinking about being the next foundry. They want to be the end-all, be-all chip maker, the foundry for chips of North America. So if you think about that future side, and I think they said they're going to be getting into AI soon. Is that what they said? I'm not sure. I think they said they want to get into AI and a bunch of other things too. So, you want to think about what's happening next. NVIDIA made that run up to the north side just from the conversations of AI, and it hasn't even happened. It was just starting to take place. So it's all about the future here in the market. It's all about what's happening and how can we make money of what's happening. Thanks for doing the show. Pratt says, Jason, I love you, my friend. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. What was the super chat today? Maybe if you can put it in the Discord for me. Not Discord, sorry, in the Twitter. Bears vs. Bull, because I don't see that option for funding. I know we had a super chat because the voice came out, but the voice was a little faint, so I couldn't hear it. But the chat probably did, and we're gonna keep working on that one. Maybe if I just refresh this, close this, refresh this, click on that, pop out chat, close this. Do I see funding now? Where did funding go? That's crazy. Not sure what happened. But yeah, please put it in there if you can. I would appreciate that. He says, hey man, I'm guessing we'll see what happens. Intel though, I'm expecting the future to be bright. So that's my answer for why Intel is holding up even though it burns 22. I heard it, but it never appeared in the chat. That's surprising. That's surprising. Okay. Are we still in a bull run? Is questions coming in from Shams. Shams? That name, it sounds very familiar. Hopefully I don't know you, because if you are Shams that I know, that's a little awkward. But hey, Shams asking, are we in a bull run? Let's go check out NASDAQ. NASDAQ over here, I mean, Brendo told me something that's very, very important to keep in mind. Pull up the NASDAQ chart and look at today's candle. Not that significant. Not significant at all. We're not in a bear market. I got distracted by Seema Modi chat. I'm sorry. I'm looking at her on the TV, looking beautiful today. So I got distracted by her. But we're not in a bear market anymore. Market was not down 20% from all-time highs anymore. In fact, how much is the NASDAQ market down from all-time highs? 5%. The NASDAQ market is down 5%, 4 to 5% from all-time highs. Would you consider that or this first little downtick because of earnings to be the end of a bull run? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, it's a little bit of a correction. Monster move to the north side. Market has been absolutely ripping. I've been loving it. I've been loving it. My portfolio's been loving it. Honestly, I think Apple, Google, Microsoft, NVIDIA still have yet to announce earnings, and they might just be. Seema Modi, stop distracting me, please. I'm trying to work over here. You see, I have people I need to talk to, and you keep distracting me, so stop it. A healthy correction. Guys, the market was barely even down today. Yeah, it was down 2%, whatever. But is tomorrow going to be a free fall? Now, that's the main question that we should be asking. Is tomorrow going to be a free fall? Are we going to the upside? Or, are we going to right back to the 1600 for a retest? The market is at 15,500 now. Maybe we go retest 16K and then reject it and then come back down for a nice little free fall. So there's so many questions here that we need to take a look into. Tomorrow is not even anything important on the economic calendar. Economic calendar is absolutely dead for tomorrow. Next week, however, 26th of July, FOMC at 2 o'clock. 2:30, Papa Powell at the conference. Why did my voice just crack? FOMC conference at 2:30. So big catalyst days coming up next week that we have to be ready for, and also big earnings movers coming up next week that we have to be ready for. Looking for this earnings calendar. You're not it. You are it. You're not it. Actually, I'll find the one for next week later on. Any stock over here that kind of maybe missed? Yeah, don't see anything on there. But yeah, earnings numbers are still yet to come, so we'll see what happens. Bruh, 2% of correction, says chat. Chat, it's all opinion and it's all subjective. It's all subjective. People in the chat call Amazon's 50% move in the after hour a rip. Right? I'm not taking shots at the viewer. People also talk about, small drops in stocks, a crash. It's all subjective. I don't think this market's dropping too much to be scared of. It is a nice little drop on the day today. What did QQQ end on the day today? Down 2.3%. What did the S&P 500 end on the day today? 0.6%. SPY ended only down 0.6%. It's your tech basket. It's your Netflix. It's your Teslas. It's your Apple, which made a run up to an all-time high recently and is giving back a little bit. Just a little bit. Right? Is that a lot of a drop on Apple? Are we really worried about this drop in Apple? Right? Let's look at the Apple on a longer time frame here. Look at Apple's channel. Look at Apple's channel. Look at the strong strength the stock has been showing since the starting of the year. Right? So none of these things are being scared about the market. It's a minor correction in my opinion, because the big dogs, the woof woof, the big dogs who bark at the market and carry the market, they're chilling. You expect Microsoft to not pull back after having that monster move it did? This is a trillion-dollar company. Multi-trillion-dollar companies. So what do you expect, right? I'm expecting exactly this. Microsoft earnings in 5 days. Apple earnings in 4 days. 14 days, sorry, 4 days. I'm guessing Google is coming out in 5 days then. Google in 5 days, Microsoft in 5 days, Meta in 4 days, 6 days, which are the next 3 big tech stocks. Meta, Google, even Meta is holding an amazing trend at the moment. Look at the sell-off that Meta had today, but we're barely getting back into this range that we previously hold into, and it has a monster trend line support coming in. Right, guys? So the woof of the market, the wolves of the market, the of the market. Can someone please tell me why prices change so much when a business reported earnings that were off by a penny or two? I asked for Tesla and CNX for my birthday, and okay, your message cut off over there. I mean, it's what they were estimating compared to what they got. It's how much were they missed by the estimate and how much they got. And it's not just the numbers alone, it's also what they say on the guidance, what they say on the conference calls. Are they being bearish in the conference calls? Are they being hawkish or bullish on the conference calls? So you have to consider all these other things that happen over here in the earnings meeting. Earnings are obviously a big catalyst event because you get to see and understand how a certain company operates. Are they making money? Are they not making money? Are the current decisions that the board is making good for the company or not? You being an investor, let's not think about day trading. You being an investor, you want that information, right? Otherwise, you're just shooting in the dark by investing in these companies. So for us day traders, it's good events because you get to play on the greed or on the fear of the investors. Big investors, small investors, retail investors, all of these people, they look to take profits or look to reload or look to, take new entries based on these earnings reports. So it could be just off a penny or 2 pennies or 5 pennies, but it's that guidance, it's that thing, it's that people, emotions coming into play. Old people were in there before, not old people, but like people who were earlier in the stock, see the stock coming out with earnings report. They're looking at the numbers slowly start decreasing over time, which probably means obviously a decrease in growth. They want to take their profits, right? Think about those people. So things like that. Market's always moving, ladies and gentlemen. The market's not going to ever find an absolute price. If it did, it should not exist, right? It should not exist. Brother, price has discontinued all good or natural. I'm an intraday trader. Awesome, man. Intraday trader. That's what we all are. That's what the job is over here. Sorry for your birthdays on earnings. That's rough. My birthday's on earnings season. It's actually coming up. For anyone who knows what day it is, you get brownie points. But yeah, Meta is a monster move to the downside today. Expecting support to show up at 300s. Expecting support to show up at 300s. We got the earnings in 6 days over here. If that one gives up the ghost, I'll be a little bit surprised. But even then, we do have a pretty monster range over here that the stock previously showed multiple resistances at, and then eventually pump up. And that price point is 289. 289.50 or so, even can bring down to 287.50. This whole range over here on Meta platforms, looking for this breakout, looking for this 300 area to hold. So look for 300 to hold, look for this area to hold. If either of those areas hold up, we're having fun with this position, obviously. Meta platforms. Let's watch out for this one. Palantir sold off quite a bit today, huh? 5%. Coming back to that 17 area, but this is good for us. This is good for us. If 17 holds, we get long. If 17 breaks, we get short. If 17 is not in play tomorrow, then we wait for 17 to come into play tomorrow, or we wait for 18 to come into play tomorrow. So these easy numbers over here, it's actually a good thing that Palantir pulled to 17. It's not a good thing for my long-term account, but it's a good thing for tomorrow for us day traders to look for some levels over here. So make sure that you have alerts set up for 17 and 18 on Palantir so we can have some fun on it. I'm sure your boy Sean will be able to, your boy Sean will be taking some trades over here off of the 17 area. This level has been in place so much recently. You're making a mistake by not having this one on watch list. Where are we going to over here? Looks like the NQ POC for today is around 15,700. Is that what you guys are seeing? Says Dan Emmons. I can't look at the volume point of controls anymore, sadly, because I'm not paying for Trade Ideas, and I'm waiting for, sorry, I'm not paying for TradingView, but Trade Ideas, I'm waiting for Trade Ideas to incorporate volume profile. I stopped paying for TradingView overall because that software garbage. No, I'm joking. I like it, but it's just I don't need to pay for it anymore when I got Trade Ideas over here. Pride, you smoking that gas pack tonight? All day, baby. You know it. Big day. GFAI, we'll be back tomorrow. I don't really trade these stocks, so you know, I try to stay away from them. Yeah, Monster moved today on GFAI right back to one of the EMAs that I have over here. I believe it's the 100-period EMA. No, it's actually the 50-period EMA. So popping up to the 50-period EMA right now, we do have a little bit of a move up here that it could play out with, so watch out for that one. What's this chat looking at? Thank you for addressing the question, though, Trader Prad. And no problem, man. I was actually interested in the same question as, or I was interested in actually giving you an answer because I wanted to know too. Let's see if my volume point of control actually works. Yeah, see, they don't want to give it to me. The exclamation mark. Yeah, I get it. I'm a broke boy, TradingView. Screw you. I'm not a broke. I just don't want to pay you. That's the difference. That's the difference. They should actually sponsor the show. You guys, if anyone of you work with TradingView, help us out. Let them make them sponsor the show. That would be cool. Tomorrow, have your popcorn. Why popcorn? And why tomorrow? Why not tonight? Why not after my jiu-jitsu, which I'm going to tonight very soon at 5 o'clock or so. Can't wait for that one. I'm looking at my watch list over here, and I think I want to talk about IBM next. So that's something that I missed out, and UAL. We only have about a couple, 15 minutes or so left over here, so let's quickly run down a couple of these stocks over here. I was looking for a 140 breakout on IBM. Did that happen? Not really. It was a perfunctory break of IBM 140. We'll look for that 140 level to come into play tomorrow again if it does happen. I believe IBM's earnings was a little bit of a mixed report. Yeah, look at that. They missed on revenue very slightly, only 100 million, and earnings report coming out slightly better too, about an 8% increase on the earnings per share. So a little bit of a mixed report. If you remember yesterday after hours, we saw the stock actually sell off and then come back up. Later on, I was surprised to see the stock pop up on the open today. I was looking for a long off the 140. Didn't work out, and then I got short off the 140, and that worked out. So levels like this in the history and the past always coming into play. We can watch out for this whole zone now from 140 to one. Well, I guess it's what is that area? Let me throw a line over here. Nope, that's not what I wanted to throw the line, mate. Where's my magnet? It should magnet. Okay, go magnet here, please. And put a magnet here, please. There we go. So all the way from, oh, there's two lines there, so cancel that, bang. 140, 32 to 139.47. So let's just say 139.50 to 140.50 is the area that I'm looking for to see how IBM trades in the zone. If this zone shows you a lot of buyers and they're really pumping up the stock tomorrow through 140, taking it to 140.50, taking it through 140.50, then I'm looking for that longs to get built in and I'm punching that long. If we're seeing the stock get back above 140, but see sellers show up at 140 through 140.50, then you want to possibly be short around that area. Give it that risk of today's high up to 140.50. 140.32 is exactly the high of the day. I'll probably go up to 140.50, giving it that extra wiggle. And then if that short works out, it works out. If not, then we flip back into the long side. So perfunctory 50 times a day. Listen, I just learned that word like 2-3 weeks ago. So of course I'm going to use it as much as I can. Kidding me? So IBM, I like the trade over here. Beautiful levels coming into play. Earnings season, this is why earnings season is one of my favorites, because there's always levels that are stocks creating that are new, and they're not the same old boring levels from the past. Here's the stock that I want to talk about, UAL. So let's go to UAL. Monster move to the north side on UAL. We took that breakout at the end of the day, which was so much fun. Quick little 20-cent pop at the end of the day coming in, but looks like we're still stuck in this range that the stock has been trading for the last few, a week or two now. So for the last few weeks or so. look for that breakout of this area. If you see 57.50 coming in as a breakout tomorrow, get long. It's going to be that easy, honestly. We've seen airline stocks absolutely ripping to the north side, American Airlines being one of them, and DAL being another one of them. So all these airline stocks ripping up to the north side. You just got to watch out for UAL kind of maybe be doing the same thing. We could watch this position, taking out that 57.50, have a beautiful run up to the north side along with other airlines too, up 3% today. And then on the other side of the trade, if this 57.50 shows you rejection, short that area, ride it to the downside, game closed, right? Game over. It's that simple for us. So UAL over here. This stock was the special mention of the day, LAZR. LAZR, which apparently dumped down 9% on the day today, absolutely selling off. So big move to the downside on laser, Luminar Technologies, pulling right back into these 50-period EMA on the daily chart. The trend is still kind of being respected, I guess. So you could, watch out to see how that trend plays. The trend is still your friend at the moment on the stock, especially. So don't fight it. But if that trend breaks, then obviously you're looking for that move to the downside. LAZR with a big swing down today. Let's go take a look at the after-hour movers. If any important stocks over here showed up that we missed out. $50 stock moved with 4.3 million shares, but moved at nothing at all at the end of the day. TFLO, no alerts or no catalyst, and no earnings either, apparently. Let's go see what the stock even is. TFLO? What in the heck is this? What am I looking at, chat? iShares Treasury Floating Rate Bond ETF. I don't know what I'm looking at. Moving on from this one. Mullen is always up there. Yushi. I like that. Yushi. 4 million shares, no move at all afterwards. I don't want to look at another ETF that looks exactly like this. Okay, good. But it is another ETF. Bond ETFs apparently moving in the after hours over here with a lot of volume. Not sure what's going on with the bond market. We talked about Siri. Don't see any other important stocks popping up. Here are your earnings movers. BGLC, not an earning mover, but popped up 21% more in the after hours. No, it did not. You liar. I guess it did. It closed around here at 4 o'clock, so yeah, it did pop up a little bit more. Yeah, you're not lying to me. It did pop up a little bit more. Light volume though, only 258,000 shares traded, 21% pop. INTS, nothing on that one. What is this? RYAN raises $250 million debt to refinances 2024 notes, improving financial position, support future growth opportunities. This one popped up with light volume. Let's see if that one pops up on our radars tomorrow. Couple other earnings stocks over here. SFBS, 3% pop on that, no volume at all. ASB, another earnings mover, pop on that, no volume at all. Any stocks that dropped it like it's hot. PSQH, we were looking at that stock quite a bit today, dropped 5% in the after hours. Siri dropped 5% in the after hours. Couple earnings stocks actually dropped in the after hours, also not too much volume sadly. CSX, KNX, ISRG, we looked at that one. PPG, Keys was yesterday's earnings mover, so that one kind of coming back into play a bit. Let's quickly go back to see if ISRG is still quadunking. Looks like it did pop up a little bit. 325, 324 was the low of this move over here, but then moving back up. I already showed you guys the economic calendar for this week. It's zilch. It's dead. But next week, it's a little bit nice. You know, we got PMI coming up, building permits coming up, consumer confidence coming up, FOMC on the 26th of July. GDP numbers coming up on the next day after that, along with a couple other numbers like pending home initial jobless claims. And then Friday, we got core PCE. So next week is obviously very hot, super hot fire next week. We also got earnings movers such as Microsoft, Meta, and Google, I think. So it's obviously a lot of fun over here. Stay tuned Don't go anywhere. Make sure you tune in every single day to the best stream out there, Trader TV Live, and the best after-hours show that preps you with all the movers that are happening on the after-hours show and for the next day, giving you banger trades like Lucid on the swing trade, Upstart even on the daily, and maybe even on the swing trade. We'll see if that one will play out, and hopefully you got some trades from today's show. I'm your boy Trader Prad. This segment of the show is sponsored by Day Trade the World. Make sure you click on that, or make sure you scan the QR code in the screen below. To learn more, or you can also visit daytradetheworld.com or dttw.com, or email us at marketing@dttw.com to open up an office like the one you see behind the floor every single day, or to work at a floor like that one. Shout out to Day Trade the World for sponsoring the show. This show has come to a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. I had a wonderful day today, not only in trading, but also being over here, being able to talk to all you wonderful gentlemen and ladies. Don't want to, single out the ladies over there. We will be back again tomorrow, 8:30. I will be on the midday, 11 o'clock, and then back again at 4 o'clock. Until then, toodaloo-doo-doo.